Hello, comrades, and welcome to episode number 236 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of July 27th, 2024. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me, I have Aiden Jensen, Jacob Durbin, Jonathan Van Aken, and Cabcar Caden. These are almost all names that you should know well. Caden is a newcomer to this podcast. Welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
And I am, sometimes it takes me a while to equate usernames with people, but we previously met at the WWNF for the Civil War, the Road to Togus event, which was a lot of fun. We talked about that on the podcast previously, and TJ has made some excellent videos on that. And one, I don't think it's up on the WWNF channel because there's a lot of debate as to what we are allowed to include regarding the scene where everyone runs out of the boxcar and gets shot at. So,
wait, what happened? I wasn't on the photo train. I need context.
Oh my god! I will have to explain to you off the air.
Okay.
But this, because we covered that on a previous show. This week we're going to be talking about the Cape Cod, the Mass Coastal Railway and Cape Cod, the Falmouth Secondary. Plenty of stuff out of Florida, some news from Amtrak from two different angles, and the Conway Scenic Railroad. The train will terminate at this station.
Hello, we are south of Tokyo. I closed the stream because I'm a dumbass. Well, I know we're south of Tokyo because of the metro line you see in the middle-ish of your screen. In the bottom right, you have the Kaido Main Line, as well as the Yamanote Line, the Keihan Toheku Line, and of course the Kaido Shinkansen. I believe the People Mover is just the Tokyo People Mover, and a highway in the back that's double stacked.
I don't like
Basically
people
very
movers.
cool.
Even Japan can't escape from gadget bonds.
Okay, but these gadget bonds are wildly successful, and
yeah, but I still don't like people movers. Just do like a normal thing. Do something normal.
What? I mean, honestly, at this point, they are just normal metros that are just.
No, I don't. No, I disagree.
We get lucky.
But pods.
Pods. Yeah, no. Where's the
Do you like pods?
Anyway. I have a lot to cover for Class 1 Medal Responsibility, so I'm going to try to jump through this. You're all welcome to attempt to keep up. All of the links to these are going to be in the cargoes down below. And it starts. And some of these I'm not entirely sure about. Some of these had very little information that went along with them, and I just had to go with what I was told as to who to whom the crash belongs and when it was posted for when it happened. I don't know about a lot of these. But most of them are pretty good. This one in particular, the first one was on July 2nd. That was Union Pacific. They turned over a train in El Centro, 10 cars. It was a classic string line derailment. The wheels all stayed on the tracks. It's really goofy looking. Or they stayed close anyway. It was on the tight corner of a Y. Nothing exciting, just Union Pacific tipping a train over. The following day, CSX had their first incident of the period. This is a woman that was hit by a CSX train. Unfortunate, as always, 39-year-old Elizabeth. I'm going to guess that's pronounced Ewell, but it's E-W-E-L-L, Ewell. Struck by the train. There's no other real details, although there is a list of people struck by trains, but I suppose we're going to talk about Brightline later, so we don't need to get into that right now. The second person killed this year in Dayton, and the sixth pedestrian killed by a train in local communities since March, when 5 people were fatally struck over a 5-week period. Yikes. Hey, when you're crossing train tracks, when you're around train tracks, look around. Trains have a really tough time sneaking up on you, but they really do seem to sneak up on people. Pay attention to your surroundings, please. Look, listen, live. Um, anyway, now we get into the first of the spicy ones, CPKC. On the 5th, they derailed a bunch of cars and set 10 to 15 of them on fire. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, the no one was hurt. The threat to those living nearby appeared to be minimal. It was an area surrounded by farmland, about 225 kilometers northwest of Fargo. Um, yeah, they really got a lucky break because the wind helped them out by not spreading the fire, apparently. So, yeah, lots of fuego. I don't know what was. Oh, cars carrying anhydrous ammonia, sulfur, and methanol. Which, God, that must have smelled great. So that's the 5th. Let's see what's next. On the 7th, we're back on the Union Pacific. They derailed a coal train. They really piled up the coal train. I don't think anybody was injured. Yeah, nobody was injured, so I can laugh at it and say, like, I kind of like it when you get a whole train of hoppers piled up because they crunch in interesting ways. Uh,
Yeah, that's fun to watch.
yeah, okay,
They just
7.
accordion it on themselves.
Yeah, but don't like cause that. Do not go and cause derailments just to watch a train wreck. Like, just a note. Just not that there's anything relevant regarding that. But don't do it in general.
If you want to wreck trains, go buy some.
Like if you're near trains, like look out for them and try not to do anything harmful to them because that's a really great way to end up either in a morgue or with a visit from Homeland Security. Yeah. Anyway, BNSF derailed in Oklahoma on the 12th. They had a brief evacuation, but there was nothing exciting. It didn't explode. It didn't catch on fire. The cars were carrying liquid asphalt and soybean oil, so not terrible unless you really needed that oil for cooking in the evening.
Damn.
Residents were evacuated, but the evacuation order was lifted like an hour after the derailment, and everyone was allowed to go home. So, also on the 12th, there was another incident, or this is a video of an incident. I don't know if this is the same one, because there is no information with it, but it very well could be. Then on the... Oh, sorry, I missed one. On the 11th, CPKC... Is this CPKC mulching some cows? No, this is CPKC catching a double-stack container on a container crane and dragging it along. It's actually kind of funny to watch. And it eventually lands back down where it's supposed to be. Oh, the crane, I think the crane is, like, hooked onto the container and then the train started moving.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, no, that's not great.
I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah, it's just getting, like, tugged along the dockside. Okay, that was the 11th. The 14th had 2 incidents, one for BNSF, where they derailed in Woodward. Just like it's not even an exciting video, and one from Union Pacific where carloads of corn were derailed, so that probably went with the soybean oil, I guess. This is an interesting meal we're making. Yeah, so no hazardous materials involved, just a lot of corn. That's the 14th. 16th has CSX's second, which is a video of a screen showing, which I think is a dash cam, showing a train derailing off a bridge, which I've been told is CSX, and I've been told is, like, contemporary, but I can't rest my laurels on it. I don't know about that. What's next? The 19th. This is CPKC mulching some cows. I'm not going to watch that one for the 3rd time, because just, goddamn. It's a dash cam video. This and cows on the track. You can imagine what happens next. The 20th had a lot of stuff. There was a UP wreck, which put some locomotives in the dirt. There was a Norfolk Southern wreck. Norfolk Southern's only of the period, which it's in here somewhere. It's a very, very minimal... I can't remember if this is the... Yeah, this is the very minimal wreck. Nothing exciting. And it's buried in a 20-minute video, so I'm not even going to go try to find it again. And then BNSF also piled up a butt ton of containers. So, yeah. That was the end of the 20th. I think there were a couple more. There were 2 on the 22nd, which I'll do that one second. BNSF also spilled a lot of corn, so that's not something that the Union Pacific has a monopoly on. Good for them, I guess. And then we have what I think is my vote for the best wreck of the period, which is, if I had a nickel, for every time CSX overran a set of buffers and destroyed this garage in particular, I would have 10 cents. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. So, yeah, this was in Niagara Falls. CSX ran a locomotive off the end of the Y, destroyed some guy's garage, apparently for the second time. That's the funniest wreck. Also, there was a minor derailment in Florida on CSX. That was on the 23rd. So that's all. That's everything. Everyone can take a breath now, least of all myself. Yeah. So now, does anyone have any thoughts about best wreck? Oh, right. Sorry, I got to cover one more thing, which is that Canadian National is the only Class 1 that did not have a wreck within the last 3 weeks. Therefore, they received the Class 1 mantle responsibility. Congratulations, Canadian National. Man, CP has certainly gotten worse. CP and Kansas City Southern have collectively gotten worse since they became one company.
They're growing pains, you know?
Yeah, something
This is
like
why
that.
you don't merge your railroads, folks.
Yeah,
You
obviously.
should unmerge them.
Keep them
They haven't
separate.
Penn
Why you
Central
don't
yet,
merge
so it's all
railroads.
Return. Well, if you're going to merge them, you just make Conrail too.
Yes, toll. Go full beans, and then sell it to the union.
Yes.
Anyway,
Personally, I think the best wreck is the one that kid did to BNSF for fun.
that
Requested
wasn't in
everybody.
this period. No, we don't
Well, that's what
don't
I'm
do
voting
that.
for.
That was back in April, wasn't it?
Yeah, it happened back in April, but it wasn't
Was
like
it?
public knowledge until now. Yeah.
Why is everybody talking about
Oh.
that? God damn it.
Because now we have the footage of the we have a suspect, right? I'm sure we reported on it when it actually happened, and we didn't know that it wasn't going to be just another wreck. Maybe we did, maybe
Well,
we didn't.
I'm just gonna go with BNSF anyway because they really died in Minnesota.
Okay, the one in Minnesota.
I think screw that guy's house in particular is extremely funny.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
It's better because it's a garage. It makes me feel less bad. If it was somebody's house, I would feel really bad.
you think if it was the second time though, he would have, I don't know, maybe like moved the garage.
I mean, I don't know how much option he has. It's got to be at the end of his driveway.
To be
I mean,
fair, if that happens once to you, you're like, oh, what are the odds that's going to happen again? Apparently pretty high.
Yeah. You think he could have put up some bollards? I don't know. It wouldn't have done
You
a
have to
single
scare-
goddamn thing.
You have to intimidate the train to
A
not take
giant
your
no
house.
parking sign.
Listen,
You know the really big like metal ones that come out of the ground that are supposed to be like, this can stop a semi truck going 60 miles an hour. He needs some of those. That's like, oh, the locomotive has gone too far. Dee-doo, dee-doo, dee-doo.
actually, I would like, because I assume CSX rebuilt his garage last time, or like paid to rebuild his garage. I assume, because it's clearly their fault. This time he should request that it's built out of like reinforced concrete. I'm
High
picturing.
strength steel.
Don't really know if that'll help all
the
that
train-
much, but
I was gonna say the train does not care if it's reinforced concrete.
yeah, don't really know if that'll help that
Have it
much.
be, like,
It's
built
still
out of
gonna
Silver
break the
Street.
garage.
Built out of dynamite sticks, so next time CSX runs into it, it blows
Yeah,
the
no.
entire yard sky
Can we
high.
put what is that, active what's the stuff they put on tanks?
Active protection system.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking
Fires
they
like a
just
Davy Crockett towards the yardmaster.
put a
What if it
they
was-
build this thing like it's part of the Atlantic Wall.
What if it was just made out of obsidian?
Yes, no, we need to build it
entirely
out
made
of bedrock.
No. Make it out of obsidian,
Minecraft.
light it, and have the engine get teleported to the nether.
It's already on CSX.
Yeah, don't want to put it through any more hell.
All right,
So
are we
It can go worse. It can get to NS.
are we settled on the F this guy in particular?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite record.
Yeah, I don't think you can beat that, honestly. All right, let's see. Current.
I saw the
Imagine
news. I
that
saw the news
thing.
report about it. And they interviewed the guy, and he was like super chill about it. Like he didn't care.
It's just a garage. Well, honestly, the fact that he's probably only had that garage for a few years, yeah, I wouldn't really be attached to it either.
He said they like just rebuilt the garage.
Well, he knows the insurance money coming his way is more than enough to make up for any sympathy.
Well,
he had.
I think like he's probably like marking them off on the card. If CSX gets a couple more, they get like the fifth one free or something, right?
Yeah, no, he's going back to the lawyers. It's like, why are you back? It's like the same thing. And they're like, oh, you smell free money.
Yeah, yeah. The home insurance guy does not like this person anymore.
Yeah.
Dropped
Knocked on
up.
my garage 5 times, I get a free house with your insurance money. Yippee!
Yeah, it's like, okay, we've given you, like, relocate him to the other side of the yard, and then they're gonna, like, the Rowland intermodal train into his backyard.
Oh god.
Donate
Yeah,
like
it's final.
Container.
That garage is in a Final Destination movie. Anyway, all right. Let's get along to local service here. I don't think there's anything else we need to cover. Actually, I want to hear from Jader first because I woke up the other day after having gone to the Providence Northern and played around for like a few hours. We were supposed to have a committee meeting. I am the only person who remembered, which is fine because I'm the president. If the president didn't remember the committee meeting, that would have looked worse than everyone else forgetting the committee meeting. So I went in at 10. No one was there. I went, okay, whatever. I'm just going to do what I want then. No one's here to tell me not to. And then I just sort of hung around for like 4 hours. People started cycling in. We opened to the public. It was a normal Saturday. We had some folks come through, some that had been there, some that hadn't. And I left there, and I thought, man, I've got this 440 at home that I recently bought. And we just did the 18...
You still haven't sent pictures of it.
Yeah, I know. It's still in the box. We just did the 1800s play date, right? Where we played rail order like it was the 1800s. We turned off all the air brakes. We had people manually doing the handbrakes on all the cars as we went down the hills in response to TJ's whistle signals. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
So fun.
And it was... I'm sitting there, I'm looking at, like, the box for the 440 after I got home, and I'm like, yeah, like, there's always been a connection between the Iron Horseman and the Iron Horseman Chronicles and the models that I own. How do I include this 440 in there? And we did a bunch of stuff when we did the 1800s Railroader save. We did it as the Mansfield Branch Railroad, which I had just made up the lore for on the spot, that it is the formal predecessor to the Iron Horseman Railroad, because they would have been in the same place in like eastern Washington. So I feel like I should letter this thing up, or have it lettered up as Mansfield Branch Railroad number like 6 or 7 or 8, or no, Lee would have been 7, so probably 9 or 10. And of course, I'd send it to Jader for that. And now I thought about it, and I went, well, now that I have this resource that is Jader, which, check out his website, by the way. I'll link that in the cargoes.
I need to do that.
Yeah. Now that
I'll put it in my local photos.
I think it's actually linked in the cargoes all the time. Oh no, it's not. I recently cleared out all the advertisements. I've been meaning to put a link to your site on the Iron Horseman website. Speaking of which, go to theironhorseman.com and check out Steam Locomotive Trading Cards. But I got home and I went...
I was gonna say we need to do that.
Yeah, I woke up the following day with a mighty need to, like, gather up every single steam locomotive I have and send them all to Jader and say, letter these for the Iron Horseman. I'm
gonna need more shelf before I do that.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna need more lanterns, and I was like, yeah, I'll find you some. But
yeah, well, letter the P1 for the Iron Horseman.
But what have you been working on? Because you don't have anything in mind right now.
1 second.
Yeah, right now. Yet. Soon. Mainly I've been working on an MPL SE70 for Ogillies and a pair of Rio Grande narrow gauge Mikados. I don't remember if I've talked about the Mikados before.
Oh no,
it was kind of fun.
I think you have. Hold on, let me scroll up and see if there's a picture of them.
Yeah,
there they are.
Okay. Yeah, I did talk about the backstory behind those, where it was like, I didn't get to find any HO13 models for sale in Colorado, and then on my way home, and like somewhere in Kansas, this one of like a friend of Tyler's reached out to me, like, "Hey, can you do these for me?" I'm like, is this God telling me I'm supposed to buy HON3 now?
No, it's telling you that you're supposed to like try to make this your day job because you're really good at it.
I, I man, I'm trying. Long story short, I'm slowly looking at like apartments and shit, and like one of my not requirements, but like one of the things I want is some kind of basement or extra room where I can set up a shop.
Yeah,
But anyway, that's a future problem.
yeah. No, we'll have a when we build the Iron Horseman commune up in Alna. We will make a room specifically that's a workshop. Uh,
Yes,
it'll be adjoining the big layout building, of course.
yes.
Nice.
But I've been working. Well, for some reason, I only put pictures of the K28. Thought I put pictures of both, but uh, the 463, it's done. It's together. It runs. I just got to redo the decals and the tender. I ordered new ones because the previous ones I bought kind of suck. Like the font's wrong, and I realized that after I put them on. But oh well, they should be here sometime this week.
Hmm.
Uh, and then the 28, it's also all together. It runs. I just got to paint the rods to look to look silver. Uh, that's they're coming along. They don't run the smoothest, but also I have like they're good. I think they're good enough. Should be fine. But
Okay.
I'll try to get them running better. But we'll see. But the main thing I've been doing this past weekend is working on the MPL SC70 for our good friend O'Gillies.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's coming along. I'm really happy with how it's turning out.
I'm gonna
This weekend
pull up this picture from
I
last
got
time.
I got all the decals on. The very or the I guess the fifth picture in that group is just my incredibly messy workbench from uh, last night. I have most of the major parts of the engine up there, finishing up the decals, touching up some paint. Did a little more touch up paint this morning, and then I just have bottles of paint and glue and solder and all kinds of crap everywhere. But it's coming along. Probably going to try to do the sound install this week, and hopefully get it running sometime in the next like week and get it all done.
And to tell you what, Jader,
Huh?
I was in the call when O'Gillies decided what he's gonna send to you next. So
Same.
Ooh, well,
no,
if it's anything, I mean, he told me what he's thinking of sending, but it might be something different.
yeah, who knows? It's gonna be a mystery box.
Yeah, no, he's gonna like every day. Every day he's gonna like change what he wants. He's like, oh, maybe I'll send SD40. Oh, but then I want the SD40 and oh, but then I'm gonna actually send it to SD60. It's like, okay, send all of them.
Yeah, wait. We're gonna be it's gonna be a month down the road, and Jader's gonna open a package. It's gonna be like an RS3 and a Rio Grande M75.
Yeah.
I want to do an NPL steam engine, but he apparently I guess like he had a UP Mountain type that he wanted done up for MPL, but apparently his dad sold it. Just like
Oh,
Bruh.
yeah, I don't know why.
well, honestly,
Yeah.
what he should probably get, what would be the best thing for him to get, right? Uh, would be
A big boy.
a B&M Burke.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
I was gonna
because
say a CNO J3, but okay.
no, because real ones remember that O'Gillies had a B&M arc very briefly, and
Can we all?
the B&M sold all their most of their Burks to railroads out west, so it would make sense. Who doesn't want a hoodie?
Me.
Okay. What do you want, East?
Uh, more Japanese stuff.
Elaborate.
Actually, no. What I want right now is more GP30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially specifically more former Seaboard Coastline Railroad GP30s, as you can see in the first photo I sent. I got the ACL GP30 and the SAL GP30 you see in this image. This was like 2 days after the last podcast that I was on. And Proto 2000, extremely underrated. Like
Yeah.
on jaw,
Yes.
Proto 3,
like
yeah, yes.
like
They're
in
God.
the third image, both of these cost me a combined $100. They have painted crew figures on the inside, fully detailed cabs, road specific details. It's like you can't get that. And I didn't. This wasn't like, oh my god, that's such a steal. Oh, I have to buy them now. It was like, oh, okay, $50. It's a bit lower than like normally they go for about 65. So like, okay, they don't have their box, but the seller says they know how to like ship trains. So
Mhm.
whatever. It's a trade off. They are perfectly fine. Absolutely no broken pieces or conditions. Seller quite literally wrapped them like it was a baby.
Yeah.
Um,
I second the
then-
idea that Proto 2000 is underrated. I don't do much model buying, but man, so many people at the club have ancient Proto 2000 stuff, and it's all great.
Yes.
Yeah. And then in the fourth image is the GP30 posing with the RS11, which Zeebs came over that day, so we like positioned all of our stuff together. Which you can see in that first photo is all of our 5 engines in a row.
Oh, okay,
On
that's the one
my
I have up
layout.
right now.
Yeah. On my layout that now works, and if you go to the very next photo below that, you'll see the first incident that happened on the
The
layout.
first incident. Oh no,
Yeah, 37 dead, 48
Oh, it involved the Providence
injured.
Northern
no, the
Oh, the
Providence Northern
humanity.
boxcar.
No.
So this is when I was just getting the layout operational. I was still fixing some of the bumpiness in the track and stuff like that. So the coupler height,
Oh, no.
I think of the PF Pacific Fleet Express boxcar you see in the bottom right, and the brown coach in the top left is just slightly scuffed. So it came loose. I didn't realize because I was like texting or something. I don't know. Then I hear a coach. I'm like, hey, where's the rest of the train? I look over. As like out of the corner of my eye, I see the caboose get flung 5 feet in the air.
Ping.
It was the most comedic thing I had ever seen because the C62 hit it. It knocked the PN boxcar to the side. Then it got caught. Something got caught under the D51. The D51 fell over on its side, just launched the caboose like straight in the air. I had to reach out and catch it, or would have like smacked it to the table.
I
Whammo.
I love that the background music for this was perfectly fitting. It was just like, oh, the humanity.
I was literally about to say that. I was about to say that.
Well, at least everything was okay.
Yeah, and if you scroll past the SCL posting,
Yes.
you can see a front comparison between a D51, a Santa Fe 4060 class, and a C62.
Loading gauge.png.
Yeah, I actually really
Yeah.
like. I really like these kinds of comparisons.
Which, yes, the C62 is technically 1 in 80. It's not 1 in 87.
Oh,
But,
okay,
like,
okay.
It's still,
So it's like 10% larger than it should be.
according to Locobase, yeah.
Uh,
No, but that also shows how tiny the boilers on the D51 are.
oh yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
hold on.
small,
I
small,
should take this
teeny,
into Paint.net and scale it by 10% that we could actually see, like what the actual size comparison is.
Would be by 7%, would it not?
No, it'd be
1 in 80 to 1 in 87.
yeah, because 80 against 87 is about a 10% difference. I mean, it's
Like 9%.
yeah, like 9%. I was gonna say 10 is an approximation, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Always go with 10%. So I see. Here's my toy train. Here's my toyer train.
Yes, here's me and my son. Don't ever talk to
Yeah.
me again.
And then a big lineup of locomotives, including
Which this was
brass.
just. Yes, so this was also this was taken at Sieb's house like the week after we did the SAL like photo shoot.
Mhm.
So going from right to left, we have a Monon K2 Pacific, which is as close as you are getting to an FEC Pacific model wise.
Soon TM.
Soon TM. Then you have an actual FEC engine. No, not an actual FEC engine. A Bachmann FEC engine, I believe, which is like one of the generic USRA types. That's like it has a coal tender to show how accurate it is. Then you have the brass FEC engine, which the 450 is beautiful. Then you have, as Bender pointed out earlier, an E6 Proto 2000, E9 Proto 2000. No, E8. It's an E8. It's an E8 Tabs Warhead. Then a Athens Genesis GP9 and then a Athens Genesis GP38. And then I went rail training one day and caught two GFOs and some auto X, which one was Conrail, which is cool.
Neat.
And the biggest thing I've done since the last podcast is I went to Florida SuperCon, which I cannot stress enough. If you love something or if it's something your hobby and they're hosting and there's an event nearby, go to it. Even if you have to go alone, like you'll probably meet someone there, you know. Like I went to this thing and I ended up meeting like 8 or 9 people that I knew that like I didn't know were going. We didn't plan it. We just all like met like throughout the day and we all just hung out together.
Well, that's great. That is really nice, actually.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
and I mean, I took photos with cosplayers. Unfortunately, this time I didn't find anything for model train wise. Last time I went to Florida, no, it was Otaku Fest in Miami. They had several Inoden items in which I bought a Inoden poster, which is very cool. Bender knows what that is, which I need to actually show Bender that. I haven't shown him like that. Like, or you can scroll up and if you want
It
to.
sounds based.
It's a really beautiful, like, it's of that famous crossing. And
Ooh.
I bought this little plush because I was like, I'm gonna buy something, might as well to remember the time. And this little plush is segueing to Bender.
Hello.
Hello.
They forced
Fantastic
me to cave.
segue.
they forced you to cave.
No, they didn't, but it was such a good deal I couldn't resist.
What did you buy? Oh.
Anime figure. I'm not very proud of it, but I mean it'll go well on my desk, so you know it'll be there.
I'm not very proud of it, he says, showing it on a podcast. You
At
weren't
least it's in a box,
forced
okay?
into
At least it's in a
posting
box.
this.
I didn't get the one with cat ears.
No,
okay,
he
so it
was.
could
I
have
have,
been
I have
worse.
a sniper trained at his house.
Oh, okay.
Could have been worse.
No, as an aside, this will be here when we do the Royale, or at least it might be.
Maybe, hopefully. You're gonna position it like on the tender of the C-56. Make
Oh,
that
yes.
your photo.
I also happened to buy this keychain. Just because it's really cute, and I want this on my keychain, and it still hasn't shipped as of like a couple days ago.
It's not real. It's a scam. You're just gonna get like a bag of like sunflower seeds or something. That weighs
And
the
I'll eat
same.
those. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
No, not like
Okay.
the edible kind, like to plant.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are they not the-
technically,
wait,
Bender's
are those
keychain
not the
and
same
the
thing?
plush I bought are like mortal enemies to not mortal enemies.
I mean, usually the ones that you eat are roasted and salted.
Just
you could
eat
do
the
that with
raw
the-
seed.
I'm just waiting
yeah,
for my free
exactly.
shipping.
Raw seed. Hey, man.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're not gonna get free shipping. That's the thing. There's no such thing as a free lunch. That's why. They're gonna
Yeah, well,
they're gonna say sorry, your package is caught up. We need you to send us $300 in iTunes gift cards.
Yeah, me when I get a message like, "Oh, your package from Rhode Island has been caught," and I'm like, "What?" And I'll
Honestly,
You
say,
want to
"I
get
didn't-
those
didn't send
pop-ups
you anything."
researching Pullman cars.
I would so pay the money for that keychain. Honestly, it's so cute.
It is so adorable. I love it.
Anyway, we are a little over time for this segment. That's okay though. We've got one person left. Caden,
Sorry.
wake up!
Ah,
I didn't mean to say it so aggressively. What have you been up
no,
to?
it's fine. In terms of models, I bought a Broadway 282.
Okay, nice.
I gotta get a new bell for it because the bell must have broken off in shipping and just I don't have it.
Damn.
So I gotta get a new bell for it, which sucks, but whatever. I'm gonna have it turned into a main central USRA 282.
Okay.
Because I don't want to leave. I think it's Erie, and I don't want to leave it Erie. I'd rather have it be something New England. And I mean, in terms of trips, I've been to Pennsylvania, WWNF, and Edaville.
That's cool.
Got to chase 2102 for the first time on the Tunkhannock line. That was something.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know some people who are on that train.
Yeah. I got to meet Ross Rowland as well.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh no.
Condolences.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
What?
That was interesting.
want
Yeah,
to go gobble?
that's probably the right word for it.
Like I walked by him and I'm like, is that who I think it is? Oh God, it's Ross Rowland. And then like I was like looking at him, like I was trying like not to like make it obvious that I was looking at him. And then he noticed me, and I'm like, well, shit.
Oh God.
Oh
But
wait, like he noticed you were looking at him
yeah, he
and
noticed I
struck
was
up
like
a
looking in that
conversation.
general area. Yeah.
And then you woke up in the tender tank of 614, like chained to the floor.
I mean, he was actually kind of a nice guy to talk to. I mean, yeah, he was nice, but some of the things he's done are something. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wake up like chained to the next freedom train.
Yeah. You go to work in the freedom mines.
Yeah.
No, but that's man. I didn't know that he was there. That's an interesting character.
Yeah,
Certainly.
he was. Yeah, he was there, and yeah, it was interesting. Tunkhannock was also interesting because the bridge to get into Tunkhannock was awful. There was so much traffic.
Oh, everyone chasing the train.
No, it was just I mean, well that and because they had like a town festival that day,
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Well,
and I
yeah, you could ride to it, right? Wasn't that the whole
yeah you
deal?
could yeah, and then I arrived to Tunkhannock like 40 minutes early before the train was supposed to arrive, and the train arrived like 15 minutes before the schedule said they were going to.
Hmm.
Which usually trains are late, not early, but all right.
Well,
I'm not
That's
complaining.
depends
good.
on your trades.
Yeah, that's true. Amtrak.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll get to that. But yeah, that's fun. It sounds like you've been on quite a lot of adventures. This has been a packed summer for a lot of people. I gotta
I
say.
have. I mean, in 1 week, I saw like all three major gauges that was used in the U.S. Standard, 3 foot, and 2 foot. Because I also went to the East Broad
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you didn't mention any 3 foot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw. Go ahead.
I need to get back to the EBT. I keep saying it, but I haven't been
Yeah,
to the EBT since they were closed.
I didn't ride. Well, I didn't see 16 because the driver
Yeah,
cracked.
it's bulk.
But I got to ride behind M1. That was cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Nice.
But yeah, the EBT was definitely something. I took a shop tour as well, and it's insane like what they did on the original East Broadtop. They were super ahead like technology wise for their time.
It's they've got some really cool stuff in there. The way the machine
Oh,
shop is
agreed.
set up. The only thing that gets me is I saw a photo of like the inside of their car shop, in an official post from them about like, hey, we're working on this coach. We realized it needed some more structural work, and you can see our team is hard at work right now. And it's just the coach with the sides taken off, basically and you can see the structure underneath. But the thing that gets me is that picture of the shop makes it look like that it has been closed for 50 years and they just opened the door and that's what's going on in there. Like,
What was funny
That's
though was
awesome.
like when I walked in the shops, there were no lights on, and it was like starting to rain a little bit, so it was like dark outside, and from the back of the shop, I just see 14 with no wheels, no smoke box door, no cab, no nothing, and I'm like, oh, that's scary.
yeah, why is the EBT spooky? Like, why
Yeah.
does it look like it's still abandoned?
I mean, it was cool, but just imagine walking into like this dark building with a bunch of like old machines that still look like they haven't been used in over 50 years, and just seeing
Yeah,
a
and Ross
dead steam
Rowland is there.
locomotive in the back room. No, that would that would
He
have
just
made it worse.
he just fades in from you just hear very quietly in the very back
You
corner
just
of the
hear
shop.
614's whistle.
Har, har,
Mango
har, har, har.
gobbles.
Okay, I got the title for this week's episode. I just wrote it down. Find out what it is later. Well, if we'll see if we get a better one. But okay, we've got to jump off this section. Although I did want to ask about Edaville because I haven't really kept up with it at all. Are they open regularly, or is it just like a handful of special events still?
So they're doing they call it the summer Christmas carnival nights. So
Okay.
every Saturday I think until the first week of August, they're open from 4 to 9 with trains from 5 to 8.
Okay,
Cool.
that's neat.
Every hour from 5 to 8. And then I believe the second weekend they might be doing something. And I know the last weekend or no, I think second weekend and the last weekend in August they're doing Thomas again, surprisingly.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Really
they've got all that Thomas
really-
stuff. They might as well use it.
Well, I mean, apparently I heard that was sent back to Mattel.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Sucks because apparently the whole lawsuit and stuff.
yeah. It's been a real mess at Adaville. It's a weird timeline we're in. That
Yeah,
that main locomotive and machine owns Edaville now. But I think of all the people to have potentially bought it, it's a good outcome. At least
agreed.
they're still in like the main 2 foot commune. So it's gonna work out. I'm glad to see that they're getting their feet under them with regard to having a park.
Yeah,
Because I remember not this past Big E, but the previous year when they had just purchased it. I talked to them in their booth, and it really sounded like they did not know what they wanted to do with it.
I honestly hope that eventually they get rid of some of the rides and go back to just being a railroad.
It'd be neat. They need to focus on what they can make money off of, though. And I think being a theme
That's
park in
true,
that
yeah.
area, especially like, it's Cape Cod, right? You know,
Yeah, that's true.
I think it'd be better. I think maybe they could lead even further into that, but they should definitely keep the railroad a big part of it. And with main locomotive and machine at the head, I have very little doubt that they will.
Agree. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that's all what we've been up to. Now that you're acquainted with us, you already know us. Talking to both of the viewers, it's time for.
Versus.
All right, in the one corner, I actually need to check which one is which. In the one corner, we have the CNO A16 number 286. 286.
Well, that's just a representative,
Well,
but
that's
yeah.
how it works.
Yes.
This will be representing the class. It will be squaring off. This is the locomotive of the hour. And in the other corner, we have Scan. Oh, sorry. FEC Class 45, number 59. And East,
Yeah.
I assume East, you're going to be representing the Class 45.
If that's all right with everyone.
That's fine by me, unless
Okay.
Fine with me.
Caden wants to jump in on one of these.
No, I'm good. I don't know anything about these.
That's okay.
Don't worry, there's not much information on this.
There's not much to know, apparently. We're about to find out. Well, what we will know by the end of this is which one is better. Or maybe we'll know. We might have an idea. We'll see. I think I'm going to give it to... See, the thing is, 286 looks like the better locomotive to me, just at a glance. However, if I were to say, okay, I'll give the initiative to East in the FEC Class 45, well, I'm giving it to East. And
I do not know what my first stat
that's
will
dangerous.
be.
So I'm going to give it to Jader, who, with all due respect to Jader, does not regularly participate and win loco games.
That
So,
is true. I'm very bad at this.
so I would like to hear your first stat call. This is an Atlantic versus an Atlantic, from two areas of
Okay.
the East.
All right. Disclaimer before we start, I'm going to use the stats for the rebuilt Atlantics. That's the A16S
Okay.
on here.
Is this a photo of an A16S?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were all the ones that weren't like already retired by. Well, I think they were all rebuilt, and then they slowly got retired and renumbered and all kinds of crap. Some of them had, I think, like 3 numbers at some point.
Okay.
But
Let's see how it
anyway.
goes.
I'm feeling a lot less confident now that you said you were rebuilt.
Yeah, that's
Okay, yeah, let's do. Let's do year built.
year built.
1905.
Ooh, I was gonna guess 1910.
1916 is when the rebuild started.
Aha.
That's a lot closer than I would have expected for being a rebuild.
That's why I picked the rebuilds. The
So-
original was 1902.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, Jada, you got that one. You keep the initiative. What's your next stat call?
Valve gear.
Valve Gear. Oh no.
Stevenson.
Stevenson.
Wally.
Wally. Okay. Yeah, that one you can tell by looking at it. It's either Stevenson or something very weird. All right, Jader.
How many? Wait. Number in class.
Number in
20.
class. 20.
So 20. Also 20.
Okay. Well,
Nuts.
we have our first tie. That means the initiative goes to East.
Okay. So if I ask tender fuel capacity, I automatically get a point because he doesn't have oil, correct?
No, it. So the rules are a little different here than in Royales and stuff. So let me just
Okay.
double check, but I think you can't call it because it counts as not having the stat.
Damn.
Let me just double check the actual written out rules for locomotive versus, because oh, that's Loco Royale. I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's their turn. Okay, let me go down to statistics scoring for
Ooh, that's
locomotive
pretty good.
versus. In Locomotive versus and Locodome, both contestants must have a known value for a statistic in order for it to be called, including those where the
Okay.
apparent value is 0. Which, yeah, if a contestant has a different type than called, it's considered no stat. I need to clarify that rule specifically, but in this case, yeah, you can't call it because it would just be a wash either
Damn.
way.
That was the
Thanks.
one cheeky thing I was gonna hope for. Tubes.
Tubes. 190 tubes at 2 inches in diameter.
256 tubes at 2 inches.
That's a lot of tubes.
Mango gobbles.
Okay, that's a point for
Fit a
East,
lot of
right?
you fit a
Yeah.
lot of internet in there.
I'm
Well-
now rereading my rules and making sure that it makes sense because I don't think it does. Versus,
You're a rebuild, so builder.
Builder.
what, just the stat
So you
sheets?
know.
Alkosh Connectivity.
Alcos Connectivity. Okay, it's 2-2.
Minimum weight of rail.
95.
68.
Wow.
Jesus.
Okay,
Alright.
that thing's heavy.
Weight on drivers.
113,500.
81,000.
Okay.
Engine weight.
Engine weight? Yeah, this is where I lose. 199,500.
151 flat.
Yeah, this is where I lose because the CNO made everything fat.
Oh, it's chunky. It's okay. It's only 5-2.
Tender loaded weight.
Tender loaded weight.
I retract that statement.
Okay.
Okay.
Total engine and tender weight.
335,810 pounds.
Wow.
Okay, 262,000 flat.
Wow.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, tender load weight.
Loaded weight, 136,310.
111 flat.
Okay. It's 7-2.
Damn.
Axle loading.
Wait. Axle loading. 58,500.
40,500.
Oh my god.
That may not be entirely good.
Let me mark that down. It's 8-2.
Let's try this. If rapid feeding surface divided by cylinder volume.
215.91.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. 267.88.
Oh wow, that's
Oh.
really good. Okay. 9-2.
Driver wheelbase.
7 feet.
Damn it. 7 feet.
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
Really?
Driver wheelbase 7 feet for both of you. Okay,
What if that
it's
means we have the same driver diameter?
back in the hands
What
of
it-
Jader.
Yeah, what is your driver diameter?
68.
For an Atlantic? What?
Yeah.
Really? I'm intrigued by these now. I have 73.
73. Okay.
It's got
It's
a
a
whole like 10 extra inches of like gap between my drivers.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. You're like, oh, I wonder if we're the same. And I looked at those wheels and I went, I don't know. I don't know about that. All right.
All right. Driver diameter. What's your boiler pressure?
180.
185.
Oh.
Hehehehe. All right.
You know what I just realized? I'm sitting here trying to reword this. And I realize I just come back around to no, it was right the first time. Like it was right the first time. All right, so who won that one? Sorry,
Jada.
Jader. Okay,
Me
so
by
it's
5
it's
psi.
it's 4-9.
What are your cylinders like?
Not amazing. 19 by 26.
I have 22 by 26.
No,
Okay,
not
wow.
even close.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Okay, 5-9.
All right. Attractive effort.
Saw that one coming. 21, 119.
Wow, those are rookie numbers.
Mm.
27,107.
Okay, can I get this in? Can I get this in OpenTT like yesterday?
What, the CNO thing?
Yeah, I could use 27,000 pounds attractive effort.
If I could find a way, like if somebody made an accurate 3D model of this or an F-15, I would buy it instantly in Railroader.
Oh my god, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, the F-15 is basically this, but with an extra pair of drivers.
oh, so it's a Pacific?
Yeah, but it's literally the same as 286 with an extra pair of drivers.
It's just slightly elongated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Stretched.
Okay, it's 6-9. Jader, you're up.
Nice.
Should have seen that coming.
Let's see. Factor of adhesion
3.84.
4.19.
4.1.
Ooh, I think I sneaked that one, right?
3.84 against 4.19. Yeah, Jader's 0.19 off. You were 0.16 off.
Damn.
Aha.
So
Close, though.
that's 10 points against 6.
Alright. Engine wheelbase.
27.92 feet.
Okay. 25.92.
Okay. There was a long
Small.
pause there. I was like, oh, what? 11-6. 3 points to go.
Alright, ratio of engine wheelbase to driver wheelbase.
0.25.
0.27.
0.27.
Overall wheelbase.
What wins there? I'm assuming
Larger
a higher number.
wins.
Yeah, that makes sense. More of your wheels are drivers. Okay.
Yeah. Overall wheelbase.
57.04.
50.23.
50.23 wins. It's 13-6.
Oh, I need one more point to send it to stop points.
Yes, you do.
Ooh. Huh.
Down to the wire.
Yeah, give me. Hmm. I have to go with the risk.
Okay, you're running out of sand. What'll it be?
Logo base ID.
Oh, I had a feeling. Loco base ID. Jader.
5,048.
Damn it. 6,670.
Oh, wow. They're close, though. Relatively speaking, they're close. Okay, it's 7-13. That's 20
Yeah.
points total on the board. We can go to style points if the caller wishes. Jader?
I don't know if I want to take this risk and ask, but I don't know. Curiosity's getting me here. What is what is your firebox area?
Firebox area is 134.18. Point
Oh,
8.
here we go. 201 square feet.
Uh-oh. 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 8 to 13. Jader.
Great area.
37.73.
50.2.
No, there's where all the weight's coming from.
Yeah. Vapor defeating surface.
2285.
2470.
Okay, pretty close. I was worried about that one because of the tubes.
Yeah. Superheating surface.
You've activated my trap card. I don't have one.
I was gonna say
Are you
trap
superheated?
for who exactly? It's a fat.
No superheating
It's a
gear.
fat 0. Okay, how much superheater do you
What?
have, Jader?
Uh, uh, excuse,
Oh,
480 square feet.
it's not a lot of superheater, but it's more than 0. 12 to 13. Why do you think you got rebuilt, Jader?
Because superheating is a good thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let's go to style points.
Okay,
Oh,
let's go to stat points.
okay.
12 to 13. Because you are tailing Jader, I'll ask you first for some style points. Give me a couple.
Okay. Let's see. Well, hold on. Let me find a picture of. What are those? The class 45.
Yes.
Hold on, this
Okay,
it's
I'm
up here
trying to find a
somewhere.
picture.
Hold on,
Get,
I'll post it again.
well, you have that one, but I want to see a picture of the other side too,
Oh, okay.
if you have one.
I can get you one, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'm noticing some interesting stuff on the Class 45, honestly.
Let's see.
Is that a good
Well,
thing?
so far, without looking at a picture of his, I have the lit number boards on top of the smoke box.
Yep, you have 4 lit
I
number
have-
boards
also-
total, and he has 2.
Oh, I don't have
Yeah.
4. Yeah,
Yeah.
damn.
And it's not. Well, it's not in this picture, but let me see if I can find one of the fireman's side.
Here's a
But I
photo
believe
of
a
the
lot
other
of
side of
these.
one.
Yeah, here we go. A lot of the. I don't know if this picture will be any good.
Here's number 48. Interesting. Seeing some of the same things. And then here's
Yeah,
your fireman
um,
side. Okay, I see
Similar
something.
one. I have a low water alarm.
Oh.
CNO engines had that.
Okay, that's a cool one. That's a good one to know. Low water alarm. I don't see.
Probably
See,
not.
I have 2 air compressors.
Mhm.
East just has the one.
Okay.
Let's see.
Where are your air compressors?
Mine?
Yeah.
They're on the fireman's
Oh, I
side.
see. Oh, it's a pair of single stages next to one another. Okay, I see them.
Yeah.
I was looking for cross compounds. I don't know why. I just assumed.
One of these with a cross compound would be goofy.
15 to
I don't know
13. I'll let you give me like one more, and then I'll turn it over to East for a second.
Let's see. East, you have electric headlights, right?
Yep.
Okay. Uh,
You could just think on it. East, what do you have? You're 2 points behind. What do you have?
Stat cap.
You do have that stack cap. Yep, that's what I've been
yeah,
staring at.
that's cool. I like that.
It looks like I have more rerailing frogs than he does. I have 2, he has 1.
Where
I'm assuming
where are
there's
your
one.
railing from?
And on the other side of the tender.
Oh, on the other side of the table.
I also
Yeah.
have 2. There's one on each side of the
Oh, you
tender.
have 1 on each side? Oh, mine are
Okay, you
both
get
on the
the
one
same
side.
same amount of railing frogs. What else have you got, East?
It's a wonderful question. Embossed numbers.
Yes, you have the embossed number plate or the embossed numbers.
The numbers on the cap are like physical numbers.
Okay, cool. I was gonna point that out if you didn't notice it. It's a good one.
Yeah.
15 to
Something
15.
all FAC engines had, which is cool.
That's nice. I like that. It's a nice touch.
I do like that.
Jada has forward-facing doors, so do I. So that's a wash.
You both have got.
We
Are
each have-
those doors on your locomotive, Jader? On the front of the cab? Do those open?
It's a good question.
They aren't open in these pictures.
I
They don't look like doors to me.
I don't know. Well, wait. Let me look at this
Looking
one.
at
See.
286 is kind of just like the window stuff, you know.
Yeah, I
It
don't.
looks like it's just a window.
I don't.
Well,
I don't know if it's a door.
hold on. Hold on. Found
I
another
don't see any
picture.
hinges.
This
If
one.
you've got a picture that shows them open or shows them looking a little door-like, then that'd be great. But
More
It-
Dory.
more Dory, yeah.
Sending.
Oh, oh,
Damn.
oh!
You
It's
have to
open.
zoom in.
It's open.
It's a very small cab door.
It is an
Yeah, I
door.
have larger
Larger cab doors. No, you both
More-
have forward.
more
You
cab door
both have got
surface
forward
area.
cab doors.
Um,
Won't let you split hairs like that right now. Anyway,
yeah.
maybe someday if it's really coming down to it.
I know I have a tender ladder. I don't know if Jada does.
Ladder.
I do see the ladder on the. I see the background.
Yeah, I see it as well.
282.
On the photo we just sent, yeah.
I do have a ladder.
Yep. There's some things that I could throw out there. There's a few things on Jader's locomotive that I can see. East, I
Yeah,
think.
I think Jada has sunshades as well. I can't tell. It's hard to tell in his photos, though.
In 59, I don't even see any sunshades.
Oh, were they removed in
It looks
59?
like they don't have them. Yeah, it looks like.
Oh, damn.
Hold on, let me
No.
look at the other photo. No,
Two
okay.
and two
I
has
thought
them.
I could see the bolt holes, and I was like, well, there's the impression of them, but no, that's not what I'm looking at. Jader,
Yeah.
if you notice
The-
anything,
I do have sunshades.
you do have
Um,
sunshades. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. East, I have a question. How is your trailing truck mounted?
Not a clue.
Poorly.
Okay.
It
I
looks
don't-
like
Check
it's
the
one of the
diagrams
static
if you give me a
ones.
minute.
I think.
I was gonna say I don't know how his is set up, but mine's static, like it's in between the frames.
Yeah, that's.
Like
Probably-
it's not a truck.
I think that's
East might
worse.
be a
I think.
swivel
Yeah, I think East
Yeah.
gets that for having a pivoting
Yeah.
trailing truck.
Yeah,
So it's 16 to
Uh,
16.
I will accept that.
Do you guys both have? You guys both have air ringers.
When
With
were
a
you
dynamo electric headlight.
East? When were you retired?
I have no effing clue. I
As soon as
again,
the
this-
Pacifics arrived.
No, because these served into the era with the Pacifics, and some of them. There's one photo of them in like the 40s with
Huh.
like a freight train.
Oh, I don't.
Very strange.
Unless we
to
have a
see.
record of when 59 was retired,
I
know,
don't know.
it's
These should have been
that's a
scrapped
tough one.
sooner.
Damn. I mean, real, but
Yes, because I don't know if I can
all
follow
right.
this then, but
I
these were retired. But these lasted until 1949. If anybody's curious.
Yeah, I can't
That's
give you
pretty
a
late.
definitive answer.
It's probably a longer service life. If
Yeah.
East
Yeah,
were
this thing
retired in
gets
the
me. These
40s and
lasted
these
for
things were
so
around
long.
from 1902,
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me about these is that they lasted so late, but like
Like,
What-
the strange thing
like
is,
they were just on like 2, 3, 4 car locals like most of their lives.
Yeah, it checks out.
East, do you
The-
have any? Do you have any other ones?
Well, I was gonna say like there are photos of them in the deadline with the mountains, which were retired in the 50s. It's just were they in the deadline for 30
Yeah.
years, or was that like a new
They.
addition?
You never know at that point, right?
Ooh,
They
is
could have
that a
just
flag
sat for
holder
a long
on the
time.
plow?
You
On
definitely
the pilot
have
beam?
some flag holders, and so does that. You both have flag holders on your pilot.
Sam. But I have also some in the smoke box. It looks like. Oh no, I don't. That's the. Never mind. Ooh. Here's a good one. I have forward and rear sand things. I don't know if Jada does have
Yeah,
that.
you do.
Damn it.
Like sand lines, yeah, I do.
All right. I have.
Ooh,
East, if,
okay. The door on top of the cab roof is that?
I think everybody has that. Otherwise, you
I
effing
would
die.
I mean, I'd assume so, but
Yeah, I could see it on 282. 282 is a really nice photo.
yeah, that does.
Yeah, I've never seen that photo before today, but I really like it.
Jader, do you want a couple? Because you know.
Oh, Wait. Oh shit. Oh, let me find a picture.
It's 16 to 16. If anyone can come up with one, I'm just gonna call it.
I'm
Okay.
looking at the diagrams.
I don't know if I can find a picture. I mean, I could pull a picture out of a book.
Does anyone want to help Jader?
I mean, I know one for Jada, but I'm not gonna say
I
it.
know. I'm looking at 3.
I have cool attender trucks.
No, those are worse tender trucks.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh? Actually, Jader gets a point for that.
Nuh-uh.
All right, we're done.
No.
What the hell are your tender trucks, East?
They're ancient.
No.
Are those like Fox trucks or something?
No, it's the same trucks that are on the 113 tender.
I don't
And
know
like
what those are.
supposedly they were like better, but like more expensive to maintain than your normal trucks.
Oh, I
From
thought
what
those
I've
were
heard.
like the old style trucks. I'd actually need to have Tyler tell me what's what with them.
Yeah, again, that's just something I've heard at the museum.
Do I have more air reservoir than you, East?
Yes.
Probably.
Bigger air.
Actually, I don't even know where East Air is. Oh, it's only on the one
On the other side.
Okay. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
air on both sides. East tank is bigger, but you have 2 tanks.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
I-
give that to Jader.
Two, maybe 3 tanks, depending on the engine.
Yeah, because you also have the ones that are mounted behind the plow.
Yeah. Although 293 is weird, and it has like, I think it was like I don't know what it was, some weird little thing under the smoke box. But not an air reservoir. I don't know what it is.
Alright, well, I might as well write out some other ones for Jada. Jada, you have falling pockets, you have tender chains.
Oh, I didn't even
You
notice the
also have
chains.
Wait, you don't have falling but what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
I've never seen a
Safety.
steam engine without polling
It's safety.
pockets.
Oh, there are so many
That's-
without polling pockets.
I've
Yeah.
never noticed that before.
I mean, if you're doing switching with an Atlantic,
Hey,
Well,
railroader be like.
You got to make up the passenger train in the morning somehow.
Yeah.
yeah,
The
if
work
you're
crew may
pulling
not do it.
passenger cars.
Hi, Lafayette.
Okay.
Do I get a point for my photo being an optical illusion?
I swear I was gonna make a mention of that. I was like, why does this have a 2-axle tender? Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, it's smallest
Yeah, it
tender.
has a Daniel Nason tender.
Yeah. No, it's worse
Yeah.
than that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's latched onto the underside of like the pony truck.
Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be. I'm listing it as 17 to 16, but yeah, JD, you've got the polling pockets. You've got a smoke light. You have the headlight visor.
I don't know what. Do I have a smoke light?
You do have a smoke light. That's what that is. It's sitting behind the stack there.
I feel like that's part of the building or something behind it. Or
Is that
something
part of the
behind
building?
it.
I don't
Because
think
I'm
so.
looking at 282. I'm looking at my crash model. I don't have a smoke light.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
maybe
if you
that
get
maybe
the-
that is something in the background. I've been staring at
It-
it since the beginning. I thought it was a smoke light. It looks like somebody's boot, like
Yeah.
sticking up in
Yeah,
the air.
there's a snake in my boot.
Or it looks like no, it wouldn't be the exhaust for the
Dynamo, 'cause that's
the
back
dynamo
there.
because yeah, it's back there. I don't know what that is. Then I thought it was a smoke light
I
this whole
don't
time.
know.
I would have expected it from the CNO, honestly.
Yeah, that's something I would expect too. Like spared no expense. Oh, no smoke light.
Yeah,
You don't need it.
no smoke light.
Did you see any other style points for me? Because I'm at a loss.
I did not see any other style points for you. There was I was looking and I was going like, oh damn, this thing's kind of rough around the edges.
It's old.
Even actually 48, I don't even know if that's a electric headlight. You have a
It
dynamo,
is.
okay?
Yeah.
You both have.
Because originally I was going to use 60, but 60 doesn't have the stack cap for some reason. It just must have flown off or something.
Saves weight.
Saves weight.
Yeah, no.
Why is that always funny? I laugh at that every single time, and I don't know why. I can't get away from it.
I stole it from our boy Liam.
I know.
Also, another style point Jada has is he doesn't have the slanted cylinders.
Yeah. Well, that's
that is true.
I wouldn't call that as a style point. That's just folded in under the fact that the valve gear is an outside valve gear instead of the inside. Like, yeah, they're not tilted in the way that makes oiling them a pain or keeping them lubricated a pain. Anyway, we gotta move on to discussion topics. We're actually doing pretty fine in terms of time. Does anyone actually want to take off with the discussion topics here? Because we've got 2 that go hand in hand.
I sent a diagram sort of thing in
Bender,
chat
go
for-
first.
Okay. So, great things happened this past month and such. Ridership on the Borealis has like yes, it's a lot.
Line go off.
Yeah, line go
For
up.
for almost 19,000 people to ride a train after like it first started. That's kind of a lot. I mean, we could be seeing just kind of like an influx of people just doing this, and it might drop off later. But right now, it's really good.
Yeah, I believe there's an
Um,
actual this like was something written into the agreements that created the Borealis to uh like institute a second train in a couple of years if this one goes well, and it looks like it's going well. So
See, they just want the Hiawatha back. Anyway, this other article talks about how they're averaging about 300, per day in each direction, which is really good, and it's quote unquote close to maximum capacity for like, the in fleets they're running in the horizons and whatever. But again, they say not everybody rides the train at the same time. Blah 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 blah. Train stuff. But apparently, that like it surpasses their forecasts by nearly 3,000 people, which is quite a bit.
yeah, that's pretty nice. I mean, something that I don't know I realize, or like this is some just like basic stuff for the people that are not in the know, like me, because I read an article that was quote unquote debunking a lot of the Borealis claims, which the ones they were debunking were a little bit outlandish to begin with, so it sort of felt like a straw man. But the Borealis is just one of the already scheduled Hiawatha trains that they've extended. And
Basically, yes.
and I didn't realize that,
Pretty
but
much.
it makes a lot of sense because they've got to fit this thing into Metro's schedule, and adding another train to that would have been hilariously difficult. So they took one of the existing Hiawatha trains and just said, "Okay, you go to St. Paul now," and I mean it was a clever way of doing it, and it does make some of the figures a little confusing because they don't necessarily distinguish between people that are getting, that are getting on for the existing Hiawatha run versus the run all the way to St. Paul, or points in between. And there's also been some talk of, well, did this take riders away from the Empire Builder or something like that? And honestly, I kind of hope that it did because it means that
Yeah.
now that's a seat that you can sell from Chicago all the way, to the West Coast or to somewhere in Montana or whatever.
Personally, I don't think it'll take away that many seats from the Empire Builder simply because it's not very commuter friendly. But since this is very commuter friendly, some people might switch, but the only people that are going to switch are the people who've been driving their cars to St. Paul every day.
Yeah, I feel like, especially because like taking a long distance Amtrak train for a short distance still costs you a shit ton of money.
And it sucks because the Empire Builder is 6 hours late by the time it gets to St. Paul.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, today on latest train on Amtrak.
Yeah, no, we'll get to that. Nobody look at the map. Don't look at the map.
I think it'd be really cool though if they did this with the Triple T service. Like the one they want to do to Ohio. That'd be nice.
Please.
Well, what would they extend for that, though, is the question, because they don't
I
have...
was thinking about this on my way home. You extend the Pennsylvanian, but because I think at one time it came from Chicago.
Yeah, well, the Pennsylvanian,
you-
yeah.
You go west from Pittsburgh over the Ohio Central, and then somehow get to Chicago. But I don't know if there's a Columbus to Chicago direct. Well, there is, but you'd have to turn west at some point. It's not a straight line.
Importantly, the problem is
Okay.
getting into Chicago in the first place, like finding a spot in the schedule to slip a train in. The reason the Borealis was so successful at doing that is because it was an existing Hiawatha spot in the schedule. You don't have that kind of high frequency travel towards Ohio, really. You've got some of the stuff that goes into Michigan, but you wouldn't be
Right.
extending one of those. You'd be peeling it off in the other direction.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could extend the one that goes to Detroit and then it turns south to Toledo.
Yeah, you could do that. That would actually be a nice way to close that there. Something that goes Detroit to Toledo, or something that goes, I mean, frankly, something that goes Port Huron to Detroit to Toledo, just on its own, not even touching Chicago, would be a nice connection because you look at the Amtrak map, right? And you see all these extremities that reach out, and at their endpoints, sometimes there's something that connects them. But when we look at how do we make Amtrak service in general better, it's usually closing gaps between points on these spokes that, you know, how do I get to from Albuquerque to Denver? Well, you go to Chicago, and then you turn around and you go back the other way.
Yeah.
Well, I have a simple solution for needs more space in Chicago.
What is that?
Simply just rebuild some of the other Union stations that were in Chicago.
Yeah,
I
They
like
have
this
like
plan.
17 Union stations. I'm sure like we can find like a third one somewhere.
Yeah, but they're already gone and they're replaced by like crap buildings.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
like a
you
museum in
eminent
LA or
domain the
whatever.
buildings, take an
Return.
aircraft, fly it into the.
okay,
These are-
let's not do that.
This also brings up some
I'm
really
sending in
cool
more
stuff.
trains.
Apparently, there was like a bus route between like Chicago and like St. Paul, and that filed for bankruptcy. Big L, stay
Mm.
away. And apparently, they assume, or like they estimate, that 60% of people will stop driving, which saves $32 million.
60% of people. Well, I mean, maybe if they had the service to support it, they can't support
True.
60% of people right now. You'd need a lot more trains. I'm 100% for that, but you're not doing that anytime soon.
This is what the Rail Passengers Association says, for just the Borealis. And that there'd be like 90,000 people. Very admirable, but I doubt it's going to be that high.
Good luck. Good luck to them. I hope all their dreams come true.
One day.
But Jada, what were you talking about with Amtrak plans?
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, there haven't been any like meaningful update. Well, yeah, like meaningful updates with any of the Ohio stuff. I haven't seen anything, but sort of related to that, you guys have the Capital Limit and Silver Star, right?
Yep. The capital. For those who don't know, the Capital Limited runs from Chicago to Washington via Pittsburgh, and the
Yes.
Silver Star runs from New York to Florida, effectively.
Yes. And the Capital Limited is the only train in Amtrak's Eastern System that uses superliners. Well, that may not be the case for in the not too distant future. Mainly, if you go to Amtrak's website and try to book the Capital Limited in November, you might not be able to. That's according to Trains Magazine. They have evidence. They've looked at their website. I guess they contacted Amtrak as well. That they might not, that you might not be able to do that because they're planning to switch from the superliners to single level equipment and then combine the Capital Limited and Silver Star service or Silver Meteor services.
No, I think it would be Silver Star.
And then Silver Star. Is it
Yeah, the
Silver
Star.
Star? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Silver
they
Star.
want to combine the Silver Star. So you'd still have a New York to Florida train, because
With
the Silver
the
Star and Meteor are they follow similar routes.
Right, and then the Capital Limited superliners would be redeployed out west because equipment shortages because the superliners are old.
Yes.
The Silver Star is really going to be just Amtrak's bitch train,
Oh yeah.
going all the places they don't want to like send other stuff. Like the Silver Star is the train that backs up like 10 miles into Tampa.
Yeah, the Silver Star is a difficult service, and the Capital Corridor, aka the Capital Punishment, is also a difficult service that regularly picks up a couple of hours of delay. Tying them end to end means that you're going to tie those delays together, and you could result in a massive cascade pain in the neck delay. However, reallocating those superliners is not a bad idea. And honestly, getting a one-seat ride, even if it is a long way out of the way, A one-seat ride from Chicago to Florida is probably kind of admirable. Uh,
Yeah.
Here's my question. If they bring back the City of Miami slash Floridian slash direct Miami to Chicago train,
right.
what's going to happen with this train? Are they going to, like, return Capital Corridor and Silver Star as independent trains, or are we going to have two trains, the one that just kind of runs around the place? The long way
I
and the short way to do it.
Well,
I don't know.
see, the thing right now is you can book this southbound if you wanted to with the current Amtrak system and schedule. You could book the eastbound Capital Limited out of Chicago, get into DC, and it's like 2 hours between when you arrive, if you're on time, and when the Silver Star comes down from New York, and you can continue on south. Amtrak will let you book that connection. On the way north, that gap is about an hour, and Amtrak will not let you book it because it's too close. So, but the point I'm trying to make here is that this route, while it's not all one train set, this route already exists. Um, if it, if we are, if we do get the Floridian back, as that was the example corridor in the long distance plan.
Yeah,
So that tells me it's very high priority, and of all of them, it probably is the highest.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, didn't Amtrak say it has the highest expected return on investment plus the highest passenger expectations? Because Chicago Miami was no there were several there were several trains from New York to Miami, but there were as many, if not more, Chicago to Miami trains.
oh yeah, no,
You
I
know,
don't,
Yeah.
I don't doubt that if it's true. I don't remember reading that, but that's just I didn't dig into it that much. It was a 200-page slideshow. Uh, it would it would make sense to me, and it makes sense to me that it's a high priority to get that one back in terms of long distance services. Um, I I think this is, generally speaking, in a vacuum. I think this is a good idea. Subject to the pressures of reality, I don't know. I think that getting the superliners out of the eastern coach pool and to where they're needed most is good, and backfilling those with am fleets that we are freeing up from corridor services like the Downeaster by the with the Horizon coaches arriving is also good. It sort of allows this cascade that takes pressure off of the places where there's the most capacity pressure, which is on the western long distance trains.
Yeah.
It's just a really interesting idea to tie them together. It's a very long way to get from Miami to Chicago, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll if they do it, I think it's really neat. If they don't do it, I'm not overly surprised.
do we know what the expected running time is for the new train?
No, but you can probably just infer that based on the current schedules.
Yeah, because I
You,
wonder if this would make it the longest train.
I,
'Cause-
it might be. It really might be. Because you asked that, and I was like, no, I don't think so. And then I thought about it more, and I think you might be right.
Because I don't know if it would be the longest by distance, but it would probably be the longest by time. Because maybe the Empire Builder would be the only one that's slower. But
Yeah,
for
I don't know.
the only parts that they go fast is on the South Florida Rail Quarter. Everything else is limited to 60, if not even not that fast because CSX refused to maintain shit.
The Capital Limited also does not move fast because it's
Yeah.
winding through the mountains in West Virginia and southern Pennsylvania. Like right now, it's tottering along at 40 miles an hour. Uh, anyway, yeah, it's a really interesting take. It's a really interesting idea. I sort of wish they did more of this. If the trains were more reliably on time, it would be a much easier thing to do. It would be more of a no-brainer. Like, give more people a one-seat ride, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
I don't know if this is something that Amtrak has thought about doing, but it's something that's been in my head. Like ideal plan, you have, for every long distance route, you have two pairs of trains. One that's like your, I guess you're limited, faster schedule only stops at like major cities or major points, whatever. And then you have your all stop local or whatever, just to make the connections that, but like I don't know, you throw mail or something in there, you return to
Return to
mail
mail
stuff.
and baggage and what is it called? The express freight that they could discontinued recently.
Yeah, hear me out, Viewline or RPO, please.
Please.
Yes, with the
You-
concrete
you know
floor.
what- You know what
Yes.
would be really like chaotic?
Hmm.
Like I know it's like kind of intuitive because this isn't like what they want the Chicago to Miami train, but like getting you into the South, combining the Crescent and the Capital Limited would be 100% guaranteed always the latest train on Amtrak.
Oh my god, yeah, it would be even worse. I mean, at least
Chicago to New Orleans,
at-
the law.
yeah, I was gonna say at least
Yeah.
you can already get directly from Chicago to New Orleans on an Amtrak train.
You just go around.
Yeah.
Cade, do you have any thoughts on this potential
No, not
Amtrak
really.
arrangement?
Not really.
Okay. We should probably jump on to something else then. East, you've got some news out of Florida.
I do. I was so distracted with the Amtrak talk that I forgot to open my links.
Well, it's okay. You'll figure them out. I will jump in then and talk about the Mass Coastal for a minute. The Mass Coastal Railroad, they actually recently acquired another small railroad, which is the Bay Colony Railroad. But it's 97 miles and 3 customers, which is not very much. Southeastern Massachusetts stuff. Now, they were in a little bit of trouble because there was actually for quite a while a tabled motion to effectively pull up and pave the Falmouth Secondary, which, for those who don't know what that is, it is a rail line that I believe follows like the southern coast of Cape Cod or runs down to the southern coast of Cape Cod. It is where the trash train goes. And it runs, and I can actually pull this up for the viewers. So, there's Boston up there. This is where the Cape Flyer goes. The Falmouth Secondary is this line right here, which runs down to here. Doesn't get a ton of use aside from the trash train, but the trash train runs very regularly. And that's important because, well, the Cape generates a lot of trash, and the bridges off the Cape are always bottlenecks. Anyone who's ever tried to visit Cape Cod knows that you just get stuck in interminable traffic when you approach it. So, in fact, is Edithville on the other side of the bridge, or is it on this side of the bridge?
I think it's on the same side of the bridge.
Okay, so it's on the Cape Cod side.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that gets in the way too. Hold on, let me double check because it's in. Well, there's Sandwich. There's some more cranberry bogs. I know it's right up next to where the fair is. Oh, there's Carver. Okay, now it's on this side, so you don't have to get stuck in the terrible bridge traffic to get to Edithville and to the Ren Fair as well, which is next door to Edithville. But there was apparently a pretty substantial showing of support for the Falmouth Secondary in order to keep those trash trucks off the road. And the senator that proposed it withdrew it. So, put that win in your cap. No need to panic anymore. I was actually genuinely a little worried about this because it would have been kind of a silly decision. It's a line that's still used. It's a line that helps. It helps, an area of traffic that is already problematic. And frankly, I think it ought to be used a lot more, because if you can get anything at all off of those bridges, it would be very helpful to all the
I was
poor
just
saps who
thinking,
drive
imagine
to Cape
sending
Cod.
that many trash trucks that way.
Yeah, to all the rich white people going to vacation on Cape Cod, it'll get the trash out of their way.
Take the train.
Take the train. Take the Cape Flyer. It's a good service. I still haven't had the chance to ride it though.
Return to Pullman.
Yes. Rebuild the line all the way to Provincetown. And then have it be an auto train where you can only take Subarus. Anyway,
Might get a Subaru. We'll
What's-
see.
you should. What's going on in Florida, East?
Well, take your guess.
Well,
Brightline.
I assume death and carnage and destruction.
Correct. Ding,
damn.
ding, 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 ding.
I hate it when I'm right.
So, Trial, continuing the tradition of Brightline, has killed someone on the inaugural run of the new service.
Wait, they have a new
Yippee.
service?
Wait,
Yes,
wait,
they-
what?
So Trial started running a new express service from West Palm Beach to Miami as a limited express, shallow stopping service. So it only stops in West Palm, Opa-locka, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami.
Oh, there you go, Jader. It's just what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did you factor in all the delay time from killing people though, on your hypothetical
no.
Amtrak schedule?
No.
And on its inaugural run,
Just
it killed
keep
someone.
going.
Just keep going.
Because
The
that's what we
the
do. in
timetable
Florida.
is sacred.
Hey, the
I-
guy's already dead. Stopping isn't going to bring him back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a cool photo.
Anyway,
Oops, I clicked like
so,
half a bad.
you've clicked on an advertisement. You are doomed. Enjoy the virus.
Thank you. No, this is really cool because it lets you get to Miami from West Palm to Miami Central on one seat as an express service in the morning to get you there like in 8 in the morning or like at 7:30 or something like that,
Nice.
which is really nice because it cuts down the travel time from like an hour and a half to like 40 minutes or something like that.
That's really good.
And this it's good because it serves a different subsect of the community that Brightline serves, and it stops at slightly different stations that when Brightline does. And hopefully this is very successful and they further expand on this idea because I would love to see this continue to grow.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of growing, Brightline's death count continues to grow. But like this was the only one that was reported on. There's been like 7 or 8 since the last podcast, if not even more.
They're not reporting all the Brightline deaths. They're keeping those numbers under wraps. This is what the media is trying to hide from you.
Yeah, well, if only there was an Instagram account.
Oh God.
Brightline tracker.
Oh God. Days since.
What?
It has. When it was January 21, the last time they hit a car was a week ago.
Wow, they made it a whole week.
They made it.
Congratulations.
Can you believe it?
Can you?
Let me scroll down. Since January 10 of this year, they've had 40 grade crossing incidents.
I know that there's not much else that can be done about this. So
Just Darwinism.
yeah, is Florida doing anything like beyond this?
Yes. Allegedly.
What are they doing?
They're increasing fines for people.
Oh,
who-
okay, all right. So they're not actually making it better; they're just making it
they're
suck
not doing
more.
anything.
Uh,
No. Well, you see the things like, oh yeah, they're increasing fines. Yeah, you have to get caught. If only there was some sort of train that blocks the police from getting to you.
Well, it's okay.
when cross the tracks illegally.
You get caught by the train, and then they fine your estate.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, they show up at your
I
funeral.
thought trains couldn't sneak up on you.
Yeah, well, it just
They're on
drove
tracks.
around
They
my
can't
house.
come and get you.
Actually,
The
the,
go ahead.
they should take the fines from doing this and put them into a fund for grade crossing improvements. That would be the chaotic good, result here.
I feel you. However, they're only doubling the fine from $250 to $500.
That's still a bit of bucks.
It's still a bit of bucks. However, I genuinely have never heard of them actually like enforcing this. Like I'm sure like it's like if you're in a car and like the officer just happens to be there and he's in like a grumpy mood or something. But like I see police officers
Well,
sit at gates, like they get hired by Brightline to like just sit at the gates and yell at people, and like that doesn't stop people.
you know what? Actually, does Florida have speed cameras? Because
Yeah.
this is
Oh, speed cameras. Oh, I don't know if we have
or
speed
just
cameras.
like your red light cameras, that sort of things. Because
Yeah.
I know they're banned in some municipalities. This is what you need them for. This is what you need them for.
I agree.
I know people
Like-
don't like them, but just like don't run through red lights then.
Yeah,
It's not
like
hard, folks.
have it on like a 3 second. Like once the gates start going down, not when they activate. Because like if you got like, that's when you get all the people to try to beat the train. Like once the gates actually start going down, that's when you gotta have the camera activate. Because like then you're.
Honestly, yeah, when it's going down, or even like when it's halfway down, or even when it's all the way down,
Yeah.
the schmucks that drive around. I know you guys have quad gates almost everywhere now, but
Um,
you need to have those
I
things that pop up and like catch the cars.
Yeah, like the spikes that come out of the road. Because I've seen people get like I was railfing in the FPC one time, and it was just coming out of the yard, so they were heading slow, like 50 miles an hour, whatever the yard limit is. Some guy saw the train coming, got out of his car, like got out of the passenger seat, walked up to the gate, lifted the gate up for people to drive under until the train was at the crossing.
Wow.
And then he lowered the gate down and got back in his car and sped away before
What
the gate
the
hit
hell?
door. Like I have a video of it. I'm just not gonna go find it.
I would like to
That's
see that.
not. Don't do that. You shouldn't do that.
I'm not gonna go find it. This was a few years ago.
Well,
God.
is there any good news out of Brightline?
Maybe
Okay.
sending more people to the grave. Yay, darn.
Oh,
No,
okay. No. Stop.
Blood for the blood gods. Blood for the bright line, apparently.
Blood for the Florida man.
Yeah, and money for Cocoa Beach. Because the Cocoa City Council has voted to seek $49 million federal grant for a Brightline station. Because if you build Cocoa Beach was the number one advocate against Brightline coming, and they have ever since the train has started operating, they have been the number one dick sucking of the people who want a train station. Bring the train, and they shall come.
Yes. People like to ride trains.
Yeah, it's it just it matters to me that oh yeah, we almost made the train not exist, and also please give us a train station, please.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, yeah, but and then the problem is if you say no, then you're just screwing over everyone because to come back to
Yeah.
good transit, rising tide lifts all boats. It's
No, I mean they should get the station. But
yeah, no, they need the station, but they should
make
have to
it-
they should
No,
have
they
to
should
go
get the
out in
station, but,
public and say how much of a bad idea that they had previously. Just shame them.
Yeah, every time you go in, when you scan your ticket to get through the castle or whatever, an audio plays you voted against this, but now you're here, or something like that. Some further good Brightline news. They have recorded record ridership.
Nice.
However, that is fewer commuters and more longer distance travel.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, either
Yes.
way, I mean, it's good. I know it's expensive, relatively speaking, which makes sense why it's more longer distance travel.
Yeah, the commuter stuff was cheap until they raised pricing, but it was still $10 to go from West Palm Beach to Miami till a month ago or so. Now it's $25, which is expensive, but honestly, I would pay $25 just to not have to deal with Miami traffic.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I also agree. I pay many dinero to. Oh, I guess this should have been included by local service. I took the train to Boston the other day for an office day for my company. I would pay I would pay twice how much I paid. It's not the MBTA is expensive, but parking is more expensive. And if it
Yeah.
takes me an hour to get into Boston, it's going to take me another hour to park. And it's not worth it. Just give me other options. I don't care if they're on fire. Give me other options.
But this is really good and really bad for Brightline. Really good, yay, more people. Really bad, because they don't have the capacity. I've talked about this at length before. They were supposed to get their new set of train cars this month. They haven't got them yet. Siemens, top job. But they desperately need the more train cars. Desperately.
Have they considered combining the Silver Star and wait
Yeah,
until
seeing a
Brightline
train
has one super liner?
No, hear me out. You know how Via's retiring all the Bud stuff in
Yeah,
the
there
next
we
couple
go.
of years?
Yeah.
I've been
Bud don't
told
break.
that Bud don't break.
I mean, hey, with the way like the deliveries are like being delayed more and more by Siemens, like Amtrak may just rebuy the lease the Via Bud cars for like a year.
It would be
Turn to
so.
Bud.
It'd be so funny if the Bud cars go from Via and end up on Amtrak. Which we have a couple articles about them. I don't really want to dig into them because we're trying to have like a record
Yeah.
speed time podcast here. But where are my Via cars articles? They're in here somewhere.
Bud 2.
Um,
Let's just make Bud 2.
Yeah, I mean they
And-
should.
And then there's a Brightline West article which talks about like, oh, our trains are gonna be luxury. Yeah, no, please give me the stripper car.
Jesus
what?
Christ.
You,
I mean,
hold on,
Listen,
you
you
wanna-
saw
right?
we
Like,
watched
I mean,
the-
okay. I mean, yes, because it's going to Vegas. But
Yeah, no, they published some images, and whoever made these renders, I don't think knows how trains work, because these things are like 15 feet wide.
it's fine. It's fine. They're
Either-
bigger
either
on the
that or,
inside.
like, either that or like, there's just no sense of scale in this image. Like, please throw in like an average size tubing, because if not, this looks like it's like 15 feet across, which that's not how loading gauge works.
Well, the only thing I had for scale was the massive wine glass with the bottle of champagne in it, which looks
Yeah,
like
and, like-
it looks like you can swim in the giant wine glass. It's that big.
Like either these seats are like microscopic, if that's like how big an iPhone is, or like that is like someone's like laptop. They in like, you know, the 2-in-1s you can fold out. It's like one of those.
Yep.
Either that or it's the world's like biggest iPhone. Because Jesus Christ, there's no sense of scale on this image.
But yeah, Via is just to come back to it, just to cover it at the most cursory of levels. They're ordering 300 passenger cars, and more locomotives for a Canada-wide fleet replacement. So
I gotta look at this.
the Bud cars and the F40s probably. The F40s, I'm sure, will just end up on Metra.
Yeah, and I feel like they'll keep running the LRC coaches till the wheels fall off,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they'll put the wheels back on and keep going.
No, that's when they will replace them with the Bud coaches.
Yeah, it's a time is a flat circle.
Yeah.
It all comes back around to Bud coaches. Speaking of coaches, right? This is a great time to jump off to Caden here, because this is the 50th anniversary of the Conway Scenic Railroad this year.
Yeah, it's next week actually.
Oh,
No,
okay.
yeah, a week until August 4th, but the
just a week
celebrations
away.
start. Yeah, the celebrations start on the 3rd, but it's the 4th is the Sunday.
Okay, and what are they doing for that? I know that there's some special events.
Just trains to Conway and a photo freight.
Oh, cool! Photo freight.
It's gonna be 573 on the photo freight, hosted by the 470 Club.
Gotcha. It's the 470 Club, not to be confused with the New England Steam Corp, the people that actually
Own
are restoring 470. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Wait, those aren't the same organization.
No, they are
No,
not.
they're not.
The 470 Club is people who sponsor excursions,
New England Steam are the people that is restoring 470.
and then they will probably be, they will probably be sponsored. Excursion done with 470 by 470 Club at some point in the distant future.
That's gonna be
On the
one hell of a day.
It's going to be one hell of a day. It's also going to be very confusing organizationally. Are you with the 470? Well, yes, but actually no.
Well, yes, but which one?
But tell me what else is going on up in Conway. What's your article here?
The new coaches they bought for the boat train or whatever they're doing.
The boat train. That is when they're getting folks off of the cruise ships in Portland, and then they get
Portland.
bussed.
They're gonna bus to North Conway and then bring them up the notch. My
Just
thing
run
is
the
though,
train.
my thing is though is like, you don't need more coaches for that. Like
Honestly,
they bought 3 more Ohio Central cars, and like you don't need 3 more cars for that.
Give 'em
Maybe
back.
like, yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I'm surprised they ended up there and not at the Valley.
They really should have gone to the Valley. If anyone needs more cars, it's the Valley.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I haven't heard
Especially
any
at
recent.
Christmas time.
What'd you say?
Especially at Christmas, the Valley uses all of their cars.
Yes.
I went to the Valley for Christmas last year, and it was amazing. Like running 3 steam locomotives every night. I got to go in the cab of each the engines. It was again
Nice.
probably one of the most fun nights rail fanning wise I've ever had.
Oh yeah. Every Christmas, I make a night to go out there and rail fan. Which now that we all know each other a little better, we should all get together. You and me and TJ and you and Ben.
And Yankee.
We can all go and
Goof
hang out
off.
at the Valley. Yeah. And I even know some folks. I've gotten familiar with some more folks that work there too. So
Nice.
it would be nice to see
Yeah.
that. There's somebody that I met by chance. It's Casey of the Virtual Railroader Academy, I believe is the name of the
Oh, nice.
organization. We met by chance talking to Hannah of the New England Steam Corp at their
Nice,
booth
nice.
at the Big E, and we just sort of like had pleasantries and whatever. And then the other day, I noticed I was in a Discord server with her, and I went, "Oh, this is you're Casey, you're that one. Okay, yeah, like sorry, I didn't make that connection." She goes, "I'm surprised it took you that long." Like, I'm sorry, I'm busy. Uh, but yeah, the Valley Railroad is a trip,
Oh, agreed.
and I love it's the Ohio Central coaches.
Give them back.
No, sorry, they're Conway Scenic now.
Give them
I
back.
honestly hope. I hope. I mean, knowing modern Conway, they're not going to repaint anything. They're just going to patch job it and call it a day. Because I do like the paint scheme on those cars.
It
not
is a
gonna lie.
nice
They,
scheme.
Give 'em
they would
back.
look really pretty going up the notch.
Honestly, they should just paint everything like that. That's like the B&M maroon.
Yeah,
Give
they
'em
should.
back.
No.
No, Jay, stop it. You
No.
come here.
You take
Fine.
them
Follow
back.
your coaches. They're definitely not bait.
Trap him in the North Conway Roundhouse.
But East, you asked what's wrong with the train.
No, like they're saying like bus it. Like why bus it to the road? Just run the train to the port. Mango gobbles.
It would be nice. I mean, those tracks are in place. Asterisk, asterisk.
They're not very goodly in place, but they're there.
Yeah, the right of way is all intact. The tracks are all there. I think there might be a couple of like areas where they've been paved over, but that would be, for context, to run a train from Portland to Conway, you would be running it over the former Main Central Mountain Division, which
Yeah, just run it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
apparently they want to turn most of that line into a rail trail, which not happy about, but whatever.
well, I haven't heard any real movement on that. They've also they've wanted to restore it for as long as I've been alive. So, you know, if the fact that most of it is in Maine is probably one of the biggest things preventing it from being torn up, because Maine really loves its passenger rail, and I bet they would do quite a bit to get that reactivated for anything.
What would be nice is having like a transfer train at Bartlett, and then having like Amtrak run a service to Bartlett, and then letting the passengers go off on the Mountaineer at Conway.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to have. It would be a cool place to connect. I mean, even if you just run it into, well, because North Conway, yeah, is over there, and the Mountain Division's over there. No, they would probably just build an Amshack like next to the elementary school in North Conway and call it good. And frankly, it would be
Probably.
good because train is train. I'd be happy.
Run 7470 to Portland.
Yeah, yes. But no, yeah, no. Having passenger service at the Mountain Division would be nice, but it's very much a pipe dream. Certainly until New Hampshire stops being all live free or die and gets with the program.
I heard at one point they wanted to restore the tracks past Conway, but I don't think that's happening now.
Oh, what, south?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too not too long ago. But again, no
I think
movement
it-
on that. They want to do a lot of stuff.
I think it was the 470 Club that said that.
Mm.
I don't want to interrupt, but I think I'm gonna jump off early.
Oh, it's okay. We're about to wrap up. If you're good, we're good. That's the last discussion topic. I don't want you to disappear before the final pleasantries if you don't have to.
Okay, I can stick for that.
So
Yeah, mind if I add one last thing real quick?
absolutely, go ahead.
Another thing is everyone's bringing their shit to Conway. Like, the Flying Yankee Association, 470 Club is bringing the wrecking train. Like, everyone's bringing their shit to Conway.
Yeah, there aren't really a lot of places in New England that could store a whole bunch of junk. Respectfully
Yeah,
speaking,
that's true. Conway's like the dumping grounds.
and Conway does have the advantage of having a connection to the national network that isn't the most difficult to deal with. Like if you want to bring
that's
something
true.
to Essex, you've got to bring it over Amtrak. Good luck. Or Danbury, right? You've got to go over Amtrak, or you've got to go over the Housatonic. And to
Speaking
that,
of Essex, have you heard anything on, I think it was 1352?
I have not. I haven't heard anything fun on that lately, but
Because they have the whistle at Essex, and they bought the thing like last November, and they still haven't moved it.
yeah. Well, I know that was like a purchase of last resort because they were looking at the BNHS 300, if I remember right, and the town wanted to keep it, and it sort of came to blows, and Valley said, "Whatever, we're not dealing with this," and so went out and bought the Frisco mic. I suppose when I mentioned that in conversation with some of the Valley people in talks about making trading cards for them, the response I sort of got was like, shh, no, shh, be quiet. Like, and I'm like, okay, you posted it on Facebook. I don't think it's that much of a secret, but I guess things are not as set in stone as we might imagine. So, at any rate, any Mates Away stuff, Jader, this is the time where you plug your website. Oh, it's here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go drop that into the advertisements on the document. Durbin Model Works. Jader's really cool and he does good work, so check him out.
I need business card.
You do need business cards. You can get them through Vistaprint. I have many coupon codes.
Right in that.
Yeah, write down Vistaprint and then hit me up when you want to make a business card. Caden, is there anywhere online that you'd like people to find you? Do you have a YouTube channel or something like that?
I have a YouTube channel, and then I have an Instagram, both with Cab Carcaden.
Okay. If you want to throw links to them, I'll throw them in the cargoes.
Gotcha. I'll probably just do my YouTube though.
Okay. And okay, latest train on Amtrak in that rate. At that rate, I don't have any other maintenance of way. So, without looking on the map, I'll take one guess from everyone. What is the latest train on Amtrak right now?
Eastbound Chief.
Eastbound Chief. Okay, that's a good guess. That's a good guess.
Wait, where do I send the link?
You can just throw it in the Terminus podcast channel.
Got it.
I'll take it from there. Thank you. Guesses for latest train in Amtrak. Bender, East?
Eastbound Empire Builder.
Eastbound Empire Builder, okay.
What's the one we were talking about earlier that's combining with the Star?
Oh, the Capital Limited?
Give me that, yeah. Towards Chicago.
Towards Chicago, okay. Caden, you have a guess?
I don't think I have one though.
Just throw out a name, come on.
The Downeaster. Shit, I don't know.
Okay. There are no Downeasters on the system. They're all gone.
Damn.
They're all
Amazing.
done. You can try again if you want. I invite you to.
I think I'm good. I think I'm alright.
Okay, well, let's take a look. The Eastbound Empire Builder, Chicago, 1 hour and 48 minutes late at Williston, North Dakota. Not half bad, really. There are also two other ones. There's the Eastbound Empire Builder at Everett, Washington, 53 minutes late, and the Empire Builder to Spokane at Wishram, Washington. That's on time. The Eastbound Southwest Chief is 2 hours and 13 minutes late. Sorry, that's the wrong one. The Eastbound Southwest Chief to Chicago, 4 hours and 33 minutes late at Las Vegas, New Mexico. 4 hours and 33 minutes late.
It's always there, I swear to God.
The Southwest Chief to Chicago at Riverside, California is also 21 minutes late, and the other one has made it into town. The Capital Limited to Chicago, 34 minutes late at Cumberland, Maryland.
No, that's not that bad.
It's not that bad. The Southwest Chief that is super late is not the latest train on Amtrak. The latest train on Amtrak is the Empire Builder to Seattle, westbound at Malta, Montana, 5 hours and 44 minutes late. And it cannot hold a candle to, this is the first time this has happened in a really long time, too.
Is it the screenshot I just posted?
The first time.
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck happened to the poor Canadian, because it was doing very well until Edmonton, and then it picked up 20 hours of delay and is 21
God.
hours and 54 minutes late. That's the first time
No.
we've had a late Canadian in a while.
No, Ellis, it didn't pick up 20. It picked up over a day because it arrived at Edmonton over almost 3 hours early.
What?
That's not 3 hours late. That's 3 hours.
Oh, that's 3
early
hours
into
early.
Edmonton.
Wow.
Yikes!
It sat there for
God.
24 hours.
That's
It was there for
rough.
26 hours. That's
I'm
insane.
going to jokingly suggest
Something must have exploded. I don't know. Actually,
So what?
there may have been a derailment.
Maybe. Ellis, what's going on in the Northeast Quarter again? Why are all of the Acellas late?
Oh, I don't know. Probably wires again. There's been a series. There's been a compendium of wire problems in New Jersey. That stuff is 130 years old. Anyway, that's the end of the podcast. We've got to do terminations. Our very last words. Caden, what would you like to say to the fine folks at home?
Mainly not to anyone at home, but just like thanks to you guys. Like, thanks for having me on the podcast, guys. This was a great time.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming on. You're welcome back anytime. Jader?
Not my website.
Oh, not your website.
Rat Smoothie.
Rat smoothie. Okay, gross. A one terrified
I
man clinging to an atmospheric railway train.
I listened to that episode on my drive this morning, and
Oh, man.
oh my god, it was so funny.
There's another episode that I've been meaning to re-listen to. I can't remember which one it was though. Bender?
From the vault.
hungry.
Okay, go eat something.
That's real.
East,
Hungry, but also torturing Matt.
why are you torturing Matt?
Hikaru now. If he watches the podcast, I will get a very angry DM from him, and it's going to be really funny. Matt, I hope you have watched this.
Okay. He's torturing me next.
Yeah, well, I'll torture you later tonight. Well, I'll torture you after the podcast after we eat if you
No.
want.
All I have to say is that Lafayette is a good boy, and he's been very patient through this whole thing, and has only bothered me a couple of times because he's like, "Where is Gloria?" Also, the title that I picked out for this episode, Ross Rowland jump scare.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Someone needs to edit a Freddy Fazbear jump scare by Russell in his face.
it's 6:14. The quad gates go down. Florida man lifts the one of them up, and then 6:14. All right, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.